Good evening. I am Professor Kumaran from Alliance University, Bangalore. This is my 7th book. I have already launched 6 books. This is about homestay tourism. I think you are all heard about this homestay. Homestay is nothing but alternative food and accommodation arrangements provided to the tourist by the local people. It is like running a small hotel, just like running 2 or 3 rooms for the guest. The main advantages of this homestay tourism is the homestay operator, the host, he will provide all kind of valid information to the tourist, and they will be closely working with all tourists, and they will be guiding the tourist, and they will be make the tourist to understand the best culture which is available at the local area. And this practice of homestay is being adapted at global level. Not only in India, each and every country, it has its different concept. As I told, tourists staying from the hostel, their own houses only, from the host houses, 2 or 3 rooms will be available. But if you take a country like Malaysia is a country wherein they are using this homestay tourism as a tool to develop or eradicate poverty in the rural areas. Normally in the rural areas, we may not able to see a hotel or resorts or lodges, right? Especially in the ecotourism sites, it is not possible. So the government of Malaysia, they organized these rural people as individually or as a community. They would organize and they will host the tourist. This is the one thing with respect to Malaysia. If you come in India, it is famous in South India as well as North India. In South India, if you take, we have throughout India, if you look at, we have a very good resources with respect to tourists. One is about Western Ghats, other things about Himalayan track. In the Western Ghats, if you look at Tamilnadu and Kerala, Karnataka, a lot of homestay tourism are being these projects are being implemented. If you come to Gujarat also, it is a highly success. Himachal Pradesh, it's a wonderful assets for India, because we are all talking about Switzerland. Switzerland means in our mind, it is a greatest destination. I am not underestimating any tourist attractions, but in our mind, we perceive that it is the #1 destination in the world. But if we go to Himalayan range, we can find thousands of this Switzerland in Himalayan ranges. Only thing is, it is not accessible. That is the thing. We are lagging with certain roads and other facilities. Now we are into developing all those things through homestay tourism. We make all the tourists to visit the remote area of Himachal Pradesh. Again, this side also, if you come, there are certain states under the Himalaya, especially in Sikkim. Sikkim is a place wherein a very small state, and they are very famous in implementing the organic agriculture. And most of their tourist attractions are available in a remote area. So in the remote area, it is very, very difficult to have hotels or resorts. It is not economically viable. So this homestay tourism was adapted by the local people. It is quite very successful things. This particular book is aimed to provide the profile of the tourists who are staying in particular homestay facilities. What type of people they are coming in, especially if you take in Karnataka. I personally studied. Karnataka has got nearly thousands of homestays are there in Coorg region. In that Coorg region, it is really famous because the Coorg region itself is entirely culturally different region, wherein the tourists would like to stay there because of the climate, because of the love and affection provided by the local people. Now, this is the main thing. And another advantage is, as a tourist, they can closely touch with the host, so that the host can be able to provide a lot of information with regard to culture and other activities within the tourism area. And another advantage is, the host will provide a meeting with the community people during the night, so that the local culture can be easily understood. The tourists can feel free, because comfortable is very, very important. Whenever as a tourist we go to a new place, somehow we are not feeling comfortable. So you have to create some kind of comfortability to the tourists. That is being provided by this particular homestay program. So now it is developing throughout India, even Government of India, Ministry of Tourism and state government, they are also encouraging this type of homestay tourism facilities at all level. And even in the city also. Now the problem is, if you want to construct a hotel at the heart of the city, because the real estate cost is very high. Now if you buy a land and construct a hotel and if you run a business, to get a break-even point, it takes 5 to 7 years. But if you look at this particular small kind of a homestay tourism, if you implement, the local people also got benefited. It is the greatest employment opportunity provided by the host to the tourists. So by looking all those things in my mind, I made an elaborate study at Western Ghats as well as Himalayan range. I understood the profile of the tourists and what are the issues, challenges with respect to tourists also I have mentioned. To this, we three authors, myself, Dr. Chinnam Reddy and Mr. Manjeet Singh from Central University of Jammu, we made certain suggestions based on our findings. I hope this would be highly useful for the tourism researchers as well as the tourism operators of a homestay and state government, central government tourism strategy formulators. That's what I would like to briefly tell you. Thank you very much.